So I'm going to show you here in Windows 7 how to remove the admin privileges from your account and change it to a standard user and create an additional user that is an administrator. So if we go down to Start, and we go down here and we type user account, and we are user accounts, and we click on manage another account. And I'm assuming here that you will currently be an administrator, so you'll need to look for your account here and see whether or not it is an administrator or not. So here I'm logged in as John, and you can see here this is an administrator account. We want to change this to be a standard user, but we can't just change that to be a standard user because then we wouldn't have an administrator user. So we need to create an administrator first, which means we need to create a new account, which is here. So we'll create another account, I'm calling it Tim. I'm not calling it administrator because if you call it administrator, then it means that people can identify it as an administrator account, and in some instances that makes it easier for someone to try and hack you because it's easier for them to find the admin account. I mean, it's not really a panacea, but it might just be easier not to call it admin. And obviously we need to select administrator because that's the sort of account that we want, and we click on create account, and then there we go, we have Tim and he's an administrator. This will have no password at the moment. We want to click change the account type, change this to a standard user, change account type, and then manage another account. I can see here that John has been changed to a standard user. Now we do need to make sure that we've got passwords on these accounts. So if I click on Tim and create a password, and we need to make sure that we create a password here, and you'll need to follow the guidance that I give on the area on passwords. So there you have it, you've changed your account, it's now a standard user, and you have a separate user called Tim, or whatever you've called it, that has administrative privileges for on the occasions when you need those admin rights in order to do something. If for some reason you need to run something as an administrator and you know that in advance, if you right click on what it is you want to run, you can click on here, run as administrator, and then it will prompt you for the username and password for Tim or your administrator account, and you'll be able to run it as an administrator. And that single process, so Firefox in this case, would be running as an administrator. Another thing I would suggest is make sure you remove admin privileges for anyone else that's on this machine. So if Bob was an administrator, we'd want to make sure that we removed his privileges as well. Change it to standard user, change account. Make sure you delete or disable accounts that are not used.